I said, fuck it. I'm going out here today, and I'm going to blow this fucking lid off of this shit. And if you go back and watch WrestleMania, I think it was 13 from Chicago, I started doing, I went out there, and as soon as I sat down beside Vince McMahon and Lawler was sitting there, I went fucking nuts. You shake my nerves and you ride on my brain. Oh, you make a honky-tonk man go insane. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a big one, Vince. And I never gave them a chance to say shit. Come on, get in there, Sheik. Put the boost to him. Put the boost to him. Kill that Rocky Johnson. Kick that shit. Beat that shit. Oh, yeah. So the next day we go in production meeting. Now, mind you, they never told me what time production meeting was. As if they didn't want me to show up. Because if you miss production meeting, then you got heat from the office. But no one said production meeting's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Production meeting's tomorrow at noon.
And you were required, all the TV talent was required to go to the
production meeting. Yes, if you were doing anything behind the scenes, you had to be at the production meeting because that's when they set and told you the layout. That was the what do you call it?
Format?
The format of the day, of the night. Now, that could change. At that time, it changed minute by minute. But it was the format. It was the index that you went by. So I would, happened so, I just saw something. I said, what time's the production meeting? No one ever came to tell me. I'm going out to do commentary, but no one would tell me, like you saying, we're going to shoot tonight at 6:30. That's, to me, or be here at 6 for a production meeting. We'll go over what we're going to talk about. But if you don't tell me, and now you show up at my room at 6 and say, where the fuck are you? How come you didn't show up? No one fucking told me. So that happened. Anyway, I got in a production meeting that day, that Monday, after that WrestleMania in Chicago. Now, I don't know if Vince was trying to bury me or what. He comes in, sits down, and goes, we had a hell of a show last night, folks. I think it's one of our best ones we ever had. And with that, he looked at me and he said, honky tonk man, fucking great energy on that commentary. Holy shit, you kicked it up a fucking notch. Keep it up. Let's do it again tonight. And I could just see Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, because they were at that point, if you go back to that point in time, they were so bland and so non-energized. It was like, this is our job, we do lethargy. Holy shit, there's Stone Cold, there's The Rock. Oh, okay, puppy. Vince says, hell of a job. Great enthusiasm. Keep it up. Let's do it again tonight. And I could just feel. There's times in your life when you can feel people just going, get the dagger out. We're going to chop this motherfucker up.
And what happened?
I got chopped up. All of a sudden, shit started happening.
Oh, is that when the headset was unplugged and all that shit?
Shit started happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say to Lawler if you walked in here right now? Anything?
He's a sorry piece of shit. You swing first, I'll take your fucking punch. After that, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. You ain't man enough to beat my ass, you fucking prick. He's a no good motherfucker. He walks up to me one night. Myself and Larry Latham, Spot Moondog, were working as Blonde Bombers in Memphis. We did a Tupelo angle. He's got his second wife, I guess. Yeah. She's about 25. Once you reach 25, he kicks them out. They're too old. Anyway, he brings her up. She gives me the check. He says, what do you think about that? It was $999. We had sold out every building. Memphis, 12,000 people. Louisville, 10,000. Evansville, Indiana, 6,000. Spot shows around, 2,000, 3,000. I'm thinking I'm going to get at least $1,500, $1,800 check. $9.99. He says, what about that? You got your first $1,000 week. I looked at this motherfucker and I said, 999? That's not 1,000. So he turned to his fucking cheap ass cunt, whore fucking wife at the time. Her name was Paula. And he says, see, Paula, I told you he wouldn't be grateful. I told you he wouldn't be grateful.
You think you were shortchanged on the houses?
Ah, fuck. He's a fucking thief. He's a fucking thief.
Were you nervous?
You don't fuck your family. You don't fuck your family, and he's fucked everybody in his family. He fucked his son. I was there one night in State College, Pennsylvania, and you can say what you want, motherfucker, but I guess your son, he'll come and maybe testify against you. The kid showed up late. He's sitting over there with Arnie Skolin. Lawler is. Kid showed up late. Back then they fine you. They fine you $100 for being late. 5 minutes this kid was late. Brian Christopher. 5 fucking minutes. Lawler said, he walked over. He walked over to Arnie Skolin and he said, Arnie, find that motherfucker. He's late. Find his ass. He's late. What ain't none of his... You know, if I'd have been the kid... If that's my kid would turn to me and said, ain't none of your fucking business, old man, and fucking pat me. This motherfucker goes over and says, find this kid. He's 5 fucking minutes. We're supposed to be here at 3 o'clock. Kid showed up at 3:05, running with his bag. And his old man went over and said, find the motherfucker, Arnie.
Probably trying to show that he doesn't play favorites, maybe.
Fuck him. It doesn't matter. He should have kept his ass over there and not said a fucking word. Let Arnie Skolin do his job. If Arnie want to find a guy, find the motherfucker. If you don't want to, you don't do it. It's not his fucking business. I showed up 20 minutes late. Nobody came over and told Arnie to find me. Arnie said, you 20 minutes late? I said, yeah. What the fuck? What do you want me to do? He said, well, you know, Vince wants me to find you. I said, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. Arnie said, I'll get out of here. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. I'm going to write it off my tax anyway. That's just money I didn't make. Fuck the fine. This is what I'm saying about fines. Even in the NFL, the NBA, and any of that shit. You got a guy making $20 million a year, and you fine him $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $50,000. Guess what? He don't pay tax on that shit. You know why? It's money he didn't make. It's a tax write-off. It's a fucking blessing sometimes to get a fine.
I always heard that Lawrence Taylor wouldn't want to do some element of practice. I don't know if it was the early practices in the summer or if it was the weight room he didn't want to do. So he would write a check at the beginning of the season for all his fines. He said, these are the fines for every practice that I'm not coming to.
And it's a tax write-off.
Right.
If I didn't show up for you tonight and you said, fuck him, he's late, I'm going to fine him $100. Well, guess what? That's $100 that I didn't make, so I can't claim it. I mean, what the fuck?
Right.
Sometimes a fine's a blessing.
Albert in Southampton, UK. Were you nervous about doing the angle on Saturday night's main event where you push Elizabeth because Randy Savage would try to beat your ass afterwards? I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna let him do it.
Randy Savage couldn't beat my fucking meat. Randy Savage couldn't beat his own fucking meat. Randy Savage's bark was so much bigger than his bite. Ooh, yeah, you're in the danger zone. Yeah. Anyway, we had to rehearse that thing for a fucking week to make sure it went well. And the only thing that happened was her strap popped off. And Dick Ebersol, who is a big wig with NBC, big wig, Vince's buddy, I remember going back to the replay and him going, stay on those tits, stay on those puppies, stay on them. Because her thing fell out like this. But Ebersol loved Savage and Liz, and he put them on like every Saturday night, man. Every one they were on. And that fucking show paid like $3,500, $4,500, sometimes $5,000 from Vince, and then another $5,000 from NBC. So you're talking about $10,000, $20,000. I heard Hogan make $300,000 for that every fucking Saturday night main event, once a month, $300,000.